Kizito High School, Namugongo, at the Music, Dance and Drama Festival, which is themed towards a clean, green and sustainable world for all. And the goal is to promote environmental conservation. My name is Amuga Victoria, and this is the Education Forum, a show that digests the trends and development in the education sector. Stay tuned. Like I mentioned earlier, before we get into the MDD activities that are taking place today, on set with me is Florence Nambeja, and she is the projects coordinator for St. Kizito High School, Namugongo. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So Florence, how exactly does the projects that you run blend in or fit in with MDD?
Thank you very much. The projects that we run blend with the MDD. How? Here we have most of the projects that we run here are green projects. And when we look at our theme today for music, dance and drama, it's all about green. We emphasize looking at students, greening their homes, greening the communities, greening everything. And that now that we are seeing that most of the green bit is dying out, that is why we are coming up with this MDD under the theme environment, which is to maintain the whole community and areas green, because the projects that we run at school are mostly green. So that is how we are blending it with our MDD theme for this year.
How exactly did you pick up this theme, and what drove you to picking up this particular theme for this particular festival today?
And when you look around the world, we see that most of our green trees, almost that is everything that is green is really dying out. That is why we came up with a theme that let the students look at environment as one of the themes to look at, most especially because when you look around, we are emphasizing that they should go greening. They should plant more trees. They should focus on setting up small activities that can fit in spaces that are small in their homes. Look at the recycling. Look at the deforestation that is taking place in the world today and in the country today. Now, like we have briquettes production here, one of the projects, it really fits in the theme that is running around the MDD competition for this year.
Okay, and speaking about the theme, then speaking about MDD itself, it is part of the new lower secondary class curriculum. So how exactly has the school embraced this, and how far have you gone with this new curriculum?
I'm so excited with this question because we are fit in this curriculum in that we have already registered for DIT, looking at many of the projects that we have, a variety of projects that are around the school.
Okay. What is DIT for someone who may be watching, may not understand what you mean exactly?
So DIT is a Directorate of Industrial Training. We are set in the way that we have a variety of projects for the students to pick from. We have the briquettes production, we have the mushroom production, we have the soap making, urban farming, fish farming, to mention but a few. So a student is very much flexible in any of those projects, and in the future probably they can be able to pick a leaf and go on with their lives.
Now, how have these projects helped the students become better entrepreneurs, to become better environmentalists, and so much more?
The projects have really helped the students. How? Most of them come from home where they don't even know how to cook. FN is around, food and nutrition is around. By the time a student gets out, can bake a chapati, can bake cakes. When it comes to recycling, many of them have learned on how to put into use the bottles, the papers, everything around their communities can be put into use. So at the end of the day, a student is coming from class with the knowledge as well as the knowledge from the projects that are run around the school. Now to talk about the briquettes production, many of them are coming from home knowing that when it is time to cook, they will have to use firewood, charcoal, which is no longer there. They've learned on how to utilize the wastes that we have around our communities to make briquettes where they are able to make, to produce briquettes that can cook food at home. And in so doing, they're learning on how to conserve the environment.
Okay. Now, as a parent, the fact that MDD has been included into the new curriculum, and of course the parents that still feel like this is a waste of time, it shouldn't be included. Like they still believe their children should be doctors, they should be lawyers. This is not what they are supposed to do. But of course we have seen prominent musicians out of MDD. So as a parent, what would be your take on this?
I would advise most of the parents, like one of the parents, that at least let us give chance to these youngsters to explore themselves in many fields. You never know where they can land. Some of them are too good in MDD, and probably we shall find that we shall see them as people or some important people around the world some time to come. So if we zero it to being doctors and teachers and so on and so forth, in other words, we are really being a little bit selfish. So in other words, we need to let these students explore themselves in other fields. So I would urge most of the parents to at least guide them on how to go about music, dance and drama, in case that is where they really fit, and that is where maybe they can pick a good life in future.
Okay, based on the students' performances today in the MDD, do you think they have put in a lot of effort and blended in all the projects that you're talking about and the theme together, and of course now putting up a story out there using their talents in MDD?
Indeed they have. Given the little time that they were given to train and do all that, they've really done their best, because you would look on that, you'd look at them, the way they came on dressed, the way they were doing most of their speeches. They are rotating around sustainable development goals, where we see that most of the work that most of the things to do with the environment has been blended into the theme, as well as the students have been able to explore it and even bring it out very well.
Okay, when it comes to the conservation of the environment, not everybody does what you are talking about. Not everybody sees the advantages of keeping the environment clean and the greening that we are all talking about. So what are some of the challenges that you face in the running of some of these projects?
Some of the challenges that we are facing, most of the students, is that most of them, as they come from home, they've not been taught on how to do this. So littering becomes a very big trouble. However, we are trying our best by putting notices around the school, making sure that they learn the practice on day one they enter St. Kizito High School, Namugongo. So most of them, yes, it's giving us trouble, but somehow, somewhere, we are moving, or we are actually maneuvering on it. How? By putting a lot of readers around the school that most of the time keep ringing in their heads.
Now, how far is the environmental conservation going? Is it just a practice that is in school here, it ends here? How are the students or the school working hand in hand with the community to make sure that they are sensitized and that the greening that we are all talking about here is put in place and put into practice?
Oh, thank you very much. The greening has not stopped here at St. Kizito High School. It has gone out even in the communities. Most of the schools around, we have St. Kizito Junior, they're doing the greening. We have another neighboring school here, which is Namugongo Parents. We have gone there and we have given them a rubbish bins where they can put their rubbish, most especially when they are actually when we put what kind of waste has to be put in that kind of rubbish pit we are giving you. So it is not stopping here in St. Tito High School, it is gone there, it is going outside there. And even the students themselves, as they're leaving school, we are telling them, do this at home. Teach your young sisters and brothers. Go to the communities. Tell them A, B, C, D. And I'm sure most of them have done this and it is really working out. Most of the parents are actually telling us that it is really working out when it comes to the sorting bit.
Okay, so is there anything else you'd like to add on into the theme that we had today, the MDD, the greening, or the projects in general?
So what I'm actually telling most of the parents, most of the teachers, most of the people around us is to keep greening, to plant a tree, at least if you cut one. If you don't have space, at least if you don't have enough space, please utilize the small space that you have around you to do the greening. You can plant vegetables, you can use bottles to make to have some food around you. Also teach the young generation on how to keep green, because that is where we are going. And since that green is lost, we need to regain it. So if we tell the young generation on how to keep green, in some years to come, we shall have a green environment.
Based on the projects that you're running in the school, are there projects that are gender-based, like this particular project belongs to the boys, or this is being run by the girls, or it's a joint thing?
Thank you. It is a joint thing. We don't have projects that such projects are run by boys or such projects are run by girls. All the students fit into the projects that we are having around the school. If it means carrying, girls will be involved. If it, like for example, if they're making the pavers, you even find girls on the wheelbarrow pushing the wheelbarrow with sand, because one of these days female fit in each and everything. So it's not a gender-based thing, it's all round. Everyone is supposed to be involved and they do take part of it, actually take part in it, and they are very happy about it. Most of them actually feel they are also involved in everything. So that is why we have them, boys and girls, mixed up. It's not for a specific gender.
Now, based on history, of course, there are certain projects that obviously will not be having more of girls or more of boys in. Now, say for example, construction, making of the pavers and all that. In most cases, we'll find more girls than more boys, or more boys than more girls. So in some of these projects, which ones seem to be having more girls concentrated on and more boys concentrated on? Is it balanced?
I would say that most of our projects are balanced. They are balanced. What we have realized that most of the students go into certain projects with all their passion, with all their hearts, like they feel they should do A, B, C, D. That is why we do not have more girls in such and such a project or more boys in such and such a project, because the students will come out and say, I want this, and an opportunity is given to them whereby they go and do it. And most of the time we see them take lead and they really do it with passion. That is what I've realized.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, Florence.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, if you're just joining in on the show right now, today we are at St. Kizito High School, Namugongo, where they are having an MDD festival. And yes, like I mentioned before, we are going to go and see some of the activities. Now, the various activities for you to expect, stemming from the set piece, drama, music, dance, and of course we have the poems. We have so much more coming your way. Stay tuned. Stay entertained.
Something, do it now. Imagine you could invent anything. Imagine you are a scientist and what you might discover. Imagine you went down in history, be a legend for what you did. Imagine you could change the world. The last few years, I began to think that the world was unfair and I couldn't make sense of topics like war, the refugee crisis and environmental crises. I even thought that the world was coming to an end. But I then thought, maybe there was something I could do to stop this madness. I started to allow my passions guide my questioning and my research. I have many passions, and you could say they continue to change as I grow up. I believe everybody should be passionate about something, but why this matter? I'm passionate, so what? I want to make the world a better place.
Ubc.com. I want to flex my love. I want to bless her. And I want to carry my love to a place she loves. I'm my man. I want to bless her. And I want to carry my love to a place she loves. Kuba masadana kuba mataganyana tuli bagezina sebaseruseruna boyagala sente nagenda mu bankamukyalo nagenda mu kyalona eyo gye nasanga nabafungana ononyoni lyatuna lyangwe kampalana lwomusangana olwo lwakigana kigwane watali musa.
Yes, thank you very much, Kilimanjaro House.
Tell me I like it when you do the reggae thing. Pop it up, this guy do it so. That's why me king of the dancer. You know what I get when I'm gonna be so nice, so nice to you. I'm gonna be so nice, so nice to you. I'm gonna be so nice, so nice to you. I'm gonna be so nice, so nice to you. I've been around all the world, nation to nation, from Africa, looking for a woman on my side. It took me a while to find you, baby. Oh, now I've got you, girl, and I'm gonna make you African. I feel a little bit proud to be an African guy. We better ever, good natural weather. Baby, don't fear, enemy of faith. Body, I'm a better, you are maybe never. African beer, total man. There is no winter, Akasana Gaga. So you're gonna feel right. I'm gonna be so nice, so nice to you. I'm gonna be so nice, so nice to you.
Wewunye bavawa twandigambye banakyalo naye tulagawa tubadde ki mbuza tuzinde mu myala mu miga entobazi ne tuziziba amazzi kati kanoonya wegayita kikuba kukola efujjo bwekwaka kwaka nnyo ne butwaka mu kawampo bwetonya etonya bubi etwala n'abamu nga tulaba tuyombye muyombye naye amateeka g'ensi tegatuyambye mukuluze obutonde bw'ensi kyebubaabuuza omuzigo omulinde sente kizito muroto hausi kyensabye abalira mu masinzizo nammwe mukomye tuyambe mabuuje tuyambe eggwanga tuzimbye mu myala mu miga entobazi ne tuziziba amazzi kati ganoonya wegayita kyebulaabuza bwekwaka kwaka nnyo butwaka mu kawampo bwetonya etwaka bubi etwala n'abamu nga tulaba muyombye naye amateeka g'ensi tegatuyambye muguluze obutonde bw'ensi kyebubaabuuza omuzigo mulinde muwoza dembe kyeyo eritusanyawo zembuuza ebirwadde binawona.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Amopare Ashley, and I've come to recite the poem, We Can Be More. We can be more. We can be more than nice packaging on our Western products. We can be more than paper cuts and paper cups. We can be more than plastic bags stacking flags all over our civilized population. We can be more than a more population and solution. We can be more than idea but a wasted inertia, discussing a future evolution to the future resolution confusion, because evolution is just to prove an illusion. But we could be more. We could be more than trying to ignore the war on waste. We can be more than a future of hate moving us towards a disaster being complete. And we've had a third of the food we eat. That's more disgusting than the sweat amongst our feet. So next time you go into the shops, think about all the crops we saw farmers' plastic bags and those who dedicate their lives to war on waste pursue. Because people have the power to make people greedy, or equals through the sequels. Can we praise our answer to yes? Yes, we will change. Opening a new page, starting a new stage, entering a new age in saving our world. because this is something that can be erased, and yet we are still choosing money over something that's irreplaceable.
Without the students, then that means there is no MDD. Now, the main reason as to why we are here today is because of the talented students that have been performing. And yes, they are the reason as to why MDD was put into the new lower secondary class curriculum. Now, let's have a conversation with some of the students to tell us more about their performances and what exactly they were performing, what the theme was, and what they were driving at. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
you are welcome to the show. And yes, I saw a number of performances.
Yeah.
And then you have a theme today that goes towards a clean, green, and sustainable world for all.
Yeah.
Okay, now before I go there or tackle that, first tell me how important MDD is to you as a student.
MDD, first of all, as for me, my name is Were Ibrahim, Senior 6 candidate. MDD, it helps us to exhibit our talents, because I believe MDD does not only stop in school but then outside. So if we're given this chance or platform to exhibit our talents, maybe probably when we go out we could do something good for ourselves, because I believe the world right now is about creating something for yourself. Yeah, it's not only about getting employed by someone, but you can employ yourself as well. So if they administer MDD, it can help us to practice and like know our talents. So basically, that's what I feel MDD is helping us with in school.
Okay, you speak about MDD with so much passion
Yeah.
and love for it. That is very clear.
Definitely.
So does that mean that you want to take it on as a career someday in the future? And if so, what exactly would you want to do? Because MDD is wide. There is music, there is dance, there is drama, there is production, so much more.
Basically, I think I'm into all of that. I'm good at drama, and I'm good at music, and also basically everything, MDD. Yeah, if I'm to do MDD, I think I'll take the section of drama. Yeah, because acting, I think it's something that is that got value in case you meet the right people. Yeah. So, and we have got platform also. We have Pal Magic in Uganda. So I believe if we get to the right channels and get to meet the right people, I could probably do it maybe to a further stage. Just like I have a role model from Uganda, Daniel Kaluuya, who was part of the Black Panther. So I believe I can also make it to maybe a better or international movie.
You mean Hollywood?
Yeah, basically that. So yeah, that's my point of MDD, drama basically.
You say you're interested in drama.
Yeah.
So you have seen the Uganda acting industry,
Yeah.
the movie industry.
Yeah.
Now you as an upcoming actor, what are you going to bring in place that is different from what other people are doing? Because there is still something lacking.
Basically, to administer something, you need to achieve something before you administer something. For example, we have, I don't want to go into politics, but if maybe, for example, Mr. Chagulani was not a member of parliament, maybe he would have no voice. He would just be like the people that are down, that maybe cry, and sometimes they have issues but they can't raise. So I believe if I get to the Hollywood, I can use that, because basically if I get to the Hollywood, I have the expertise and I have the resources that I need to also lift my home. Yeah, so I think I need to first make it there. When I make it there, I can come back home and then also lift. That is what I think would do.
All right, so going back to the performances that we had today,
Yeah.
was there any particular activity you participated in?
Basically, yeah, I was into we had drama. Yeah, and then we also had, personally, I presented the original composition, which was about creating something. Actually, you write down something from your brains and then you exhibit it. Yeah, so that I participated in both, in the original composition and also drama.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, basing on your theme today, which was towards a clean, green, and sustainable world for all.
Yeah.
What do you think about this theme? Is there any way you participate in it? Because you are all focusing on the environment.
Yeah, being a theme, at least we came up with everything, or whatever we came up with was connected to the theme. The theme, clean and sustainable, clean and sustainable green, it pulls out the virtue that we need to keep our environment clean, have green. Because basically when we talk about green, we're talking about the environment. Yeah, because we have had number of activities that have been downgrading our environment. We have bush burning, we have deforestation, and very many activities that are bringing down our. So we believe that when we do this, because we have a few people that come around, we have the parents, we have the the TV personnel. When you come here, I believe when we try to share this to the world, at least it can make a change. It might not make an effect to all of them, but at least it will change a few. I believe so. Yeah, so basically what we're trying to portray is that we need to save our environment, because with time, if we don't do this, we're not going to have some some things are basically going to go into extinction before even our children or grandchildren see them. So I believe basically that's what we're up to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is very good, and I wish you the best.
Thank you very
Your
much.
interventions, everything you're planning to do in the future, and yes, we'll be waiting to see the next Daniel Luya, someone like that.
Basically, yeah.
Yuga would probably. Our chat with the students is still on, and here with me is another student. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell us what your name is and what class you're in.
My name is Ntude Barbara and I'm in Senior 3 West.
Yes, Barbara. Is there any activity that you participated in today?
Yes, I participated in the speech and also the original composition.
Okay.
Yes.
Now talking about the speech, now as a student or as a person that probably wants to do something for themselves in the future, depending on what career journey you're going to take, how does the speech help you exactly?
Actually, I would like to become a doctor in future. And that speech helps us to sensitize. When we look at these days, people experience a lot of challenges, but through the speeches, we can easily talk to them and tell them what should be done and what shouldn't be done. Yes.
Okay, so as a student that is participating in the MDD right now,
Yes.
What would you say that MDD has added into your life, or has it made you a better person?
Yes, it has. Because through MDD, I've gotten to know that I can make a difference and a change at this age of mine. I've gotten to know really that I can truly go to my friends, encourage them, and do something on behalf of the world. When we look at this MDD today, with a theme of towards a clean, green, and sustainable environment, or rather world for all, through this MDD, we have gotten to sensitize to all our friends, to tell them more about our environment and the reasons as to why we should keep it clean and safe.
Okay, well, thank you, Barbara.
You're welcome.
It's nice having you on the show. Right, we have our next student that is going to join us on the show, and remember, we are still speaking about MDD here at St. Kizito High School, Namugongo, and the theme today has been towards a clean, green, and sustainable world for all. Our next student on set with me is Okware Samuel. Yes, and he is in Senior 2. And I would say he's actually one of my favorites. So welcome, Samuel, once again to the Education Forum.
Oh, very much welcome. Yes.
Okay, so today you've had the MDD Festival, and it has been amazing. But first of all, what has been your role?
Well, my role is basically, let me say, it's a two-sided role.
Yeah, your role during
Yes,
the festival.
I had two sides whereby I actually wrote the script, the drama. In the drama, you won't say skit. I wrote that.
So you write the scripts yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything that you see here, the main things, apart from the parts of miming and the speech. Those ones, you can get help from outside. But the rest, they are organized by the students themselves. You want something original. You know, something
You write
original.
the scripts and the skits for all the houses? Or
Yes.
for your particular house?
No, I write for my particular house.
Do you do literature?
I don't, but I enjoy a bit of poetry, a bit of, a bit of speeches, some drama, bring some light into education.
Okay, well, like they say, the directors, the screenwriters, and the producers are the most important people when it comes to production. So, what do you think of the performance today? Do you think that the students have exhibited exactly what you thought they would?
Well, they have done, let me say, outstandingly well, because according to my expectations, I expected someone to be shivering, and someone to be scared, to forget the words. But to my surprise, they were actually very fluent. They knew what they were speaking. They knew what they were acting. They knew how to bring out the feelings. If it was an emotional scene, even the audience, you would really see in the audience that everyone's emotional. So I would say the actors have done a very outstanding job.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, the last time that I talked to you, you said you wanted to be a professor.
Yes.
If I
Very
am
well.
right. So now that you're taking a role in production and writing of scripts and so much more, does that mean your dream has finally changed?
No, when you sit down to have a meal, you know, we always have the main meal and the side dish, right?
Okay, so this is the side dish.
This is the side dish.
Why is it a side dish?
Because basically, sincerely speaking, I have that passion for science, I have that passion for human medicine. I enjoy seeing people get healthy from a very, very bad condition. I enjoy seeing them move from that bad condition to a healthy one. I love helping people. But sometimes when the job gets boring, not necessarily boring, but when the going gets tough, you can go for another alternative. Either her. So you try to relax your mind a little. And often when I was young, whenever I would get caught up by studies, when I see things, you read a book, you know, and things are not in the head, I'd often steal, let me use like a kind word, let me say I would borrow, though it was stealing. I would borrow one of my sister's novels, sit down and read it. One of the very first novels I read was Oliver Twist. That's why I developed the love for drama. I would see how the scenes flow. It was very interesting. So basically, I never gave up on my dream. I just said that I can have this, but also have another one. I can have the main meal, but also a side dish.
Okay, well, everything has the positive and negative side, the pros and cons. So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of MDD?
Well, sincerely
In
speaking,
your own opinion?
Sincerely speaking, MDD has done a lot, though it just has a few flip sides. So, on the sides whereby it has done a lot of good, we can say it has helped many of us exhibit our talents. We have those who are good in writing, those who are good in acting, those who are good at speeches, good at poetry. Various students have various talents. So, when it comes to MDD, it has all the specific sects, all the specific branches. So a student is able to develop his talent, is able to discover his talent and grow it. In the nearby future, someone might be able to use the talent of singing as an occupation, the talent of poetry and become one of the best poets in Uganda, why not even Africa, or even the whole world. But the other thing is that it has helped us reach the other audience. When I mean the other audience, I mean we have groups of people. There are those people who always follow actions. Whenever Museveni, I'm sure that some people, for every speech that our President Museveni has given, they haven't missed any. Then there are those that simply say, but why? I can do without that old president. I want a new one. But sometimes his messages goes through. But you know how? You have seen many comedians acting like Museveni, yeah? You have seen that. So this MDD helps us get to the other audience, whereby these people enjoy entertaining things. We want to get the message of the trees, the message of the wetlands, the message of all the forests. We want to get that message to at least the least person, the child. We want to get the entire family. Everyone should know that pollution is there. Everyone should know that pollution is really killing us. So we find that MDD is, everyone enjoys entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Everyone. If you don't enjoy entertainment, then I really
But
don't know.
out of 100%, there may be 1% that doesn't like it.
You see that 1%. But remember, when you throw a stone in water, the ripple begins small, then eventually it keeps on increasing and increasing. In the same way, if you start an action in the right direction with the right help, you'll reach a bigger and bigger mass, a bigger audience.
Okay.
So we hope that with time, this MDD will reach everyone, the message of the environment will reach everyone, and that you'll get to entertainment out of it. You laugh at someone on stage, you see a poor old lady, you see this mean old woman. You know, that's so interesting.
Okay, so thank you very much, Okware Samuel. Well, the rate at which you are smart I wish you success with the whole line of a professor.
Yes.
Now, basing on the conversations that we have had with some of the students, it's very clear that they have the love for MDD and they take it very seriously. And yes, we are talking about environmental conservation, which has been their theme today. And of course, not forgetting music, dance, and drama. Now, Aporo is joining me on the show. Actually, Aporo Winnie is joining me on the show now, and she's also going to help us break down this theme further. And yes, talk to us more about MDD. You are welcome, Winnie.
Thank you. MDD is something that is good to students in school and us in the new lower secondary school curriculum. It kind of helps us, like it helps those whose dreams are connected to drama and acting and singing. Like me personally, I love singing and I love acting, and particularly I'm a writer. I wrote the original composition for my team, and it really, when they sang it, it really made me happy, and it inspired me to, it pushed me, and yeah, it develops really, it brings out what one wants to be in future, and it really pushes them. They see I'm good at this, so I feel I should push on it, and I think it will really be good for me.
Now, in the field of entertainment arts or performing arts,
Yes.
do you think that you are going to take on one of the roles?
Yeah, but majorly in music because I really love music.
So that means you can sing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's not just going to be for me. You're going to sample me.
Okay.
So let's see where we are going. Uh-huh.
You want a sample? Let me see.
Sing any song, anything.
Like the wind, you guide, clear the skies before me.
Clear, that is the field you want to take on. Well, you have a very lovely voice, so I wish you the best in the musical journey.
Yes, thank you.
But remember, there's a lot of competition there. But now, the fact that you want to take in a music career, what is your kind of music, your genre?
Majorly, I think I love R&B mostly.
That's your genre?
Yeah,
Okay.
R&B.
Who's your favorite artist?
My favorite artist, she passed on, this Whitney. Yeah.
Okay. So I think I kind of get how you feel, though I won't know how you feel. I don't know how you feel exactly. There is a time that we all wanted this opportunity to have MDD as part of our curriculum, to be part of our class. Generally, we used to have MDD back in the days just for competitions, just the talent that ends there. But it wasn't really put into consideration or put into books and the curriculum, class and all that, examination, stuff like that.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel given the fact that this has finally been included into our curriculum? You do it as a subject, knowing that one day it's going to put you somewhere in the future.
Actually, I feel this is good because, when we focus too much on books, some of us really don't really have that focus, like connected to books that much. We prefer doing our work practically, and MDD is something that you do practically, and it helps you find out those hidden talents inside you. Like maybe you say, let me try out. Maybe we are singing or doing something, or we are acting. You might find out your talent is acting, and you'll push on in that. And I like this curriculum because even when you go up to Form 4 and you feel you can't, you're not really good in books and you feel, I can't. It's that talent that you've been developing. You can get out there and apply it, and it will push you on, and from nowhere you'll be, there.
So how does this MDD work exactly in school? Is it like a lesson that you guys have? Do you have like daily lessons on MDD?
Actually, it's not like daily lessons. It's something that we always do in that during the term, but we keep on practicing for it. So we get some time, like after classes on Tuesdays and Fridays, we practice some MDD, and yeah.
So it's not examined?
It's okay. For us, we feel it's now examined on the final day when we are presenting. It shows how you've been progressing. Yeah.
But yes, to all the students outside there, all the children out there that always hoped to be the next musician, the next biggest actress, producer, writer, dancer, or whatever the case is, well, now you have a chance to showcase your talent and explore your heights in school, right from high school. Well, stay tuned. There is still so much coming your way on the Education Forum. We'll be right back. Right now, to run a successful festival like this one, music, dance and drama, of course, there are spearheaders behind this. And yes, a record festival. Okay, Arikod is the head of MDD here at St. Kizito High, Namugongo, and he is going to tell us more and break down the theme that they had today, and tell us more about MDD, how important it is to the students and how important it is to the new curriculum, how it has helped develop the talents that they have right here in St. Kizito High. Welcome, Arikod.
Thank you very much. I'm glad. This is a wonderful opportunity.
Well, it's very nice to have you here.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is mine.
As the head of MDD,
yes,
what role exactly do you play?
Now, my role is quite broad, but simple, because in the new era, in the new curriculum, our learners are blessed with different talents. And this one looks at them bringing it out more, exhibiting what they can do, and even going overboard. As you saw in part of the activities that we had, you would realize that most of these learners have talent that some of us couldn't imagine. During our days, it was the teacher who was the center of everything, and then today, things are different. Learners are coming out with different props, different costumes, different outfit, different talent. And so the aspect of MDD comes out because of the new curriculum more. Now, in the old, I'm not saying it was not there. It was there, but it was more of copy and paste. The teacher maybe tells them what he wants, and then the learners do it. But now, the learners themselves, even actually, they tell you what they want to do. They say, teacher, I want to do A, B, C, D. Can you guide me here and there? So you realize that this MDD helps these learners practically. We looked at speech, reciting, speaking before a public or an audience or a podium of people. You realize that these kids have a lot of confidence. The learners are very, very confident. They love what they are doing, and so they keep going and going and going. And so, of course, for us at this end, we'll be saying, wow, bravo, kudos, that's nice.
Now, when they're coming up with these new ideas and these performances, well, I was speaking to one of the students, Samuel, and he was like, he's the one that was writing down the scripts,
yes,
the poems,
exactly,
and all that. Are they guided through this, or are they just given the task and then they do it?
Now, we set a theme towards a clean, green, and sustainable world, looking at the environment, how to preserve it, how to conserve it, how to make sure that it is protected. Now, after we have done that, we give them a chance to go and think. We give them time, we tell them, please, this is the time frame, go and think. What do you want to do? So they go and think. After they have thought, they come back and say, these are the ideas that we have. You'll realize they are wonderful ideas, creative ideas, ideas that are really outstanding and that come out as wonderful. So after they have come out with these ideas, now the patrons come in, the teachers come in to panel beat, where maybe something is going astray, then the teacher comes in to guide. But most of these innovations, most of these inventions, the creativity comes from the students themselves. They're the ones who are the engine, I could say, of this thing. So at the end of the day, for us, we come to add on what they have come up with, and then to polish, and then such that we have a perfect maybe perfect skit, perfect poem, perfect drama. But as he said, yes, he's of Renzori House. Okay. And the skit they're going to do and one of the poems they did, yeah, he composed it.
Okay, that is nice. Now, when it comes to coming up with these ideas or coming up with the themes, what steps do you take or what do you look at to come up with a theme like this one for this particular festival today?
Yes, now one of the things we look at, first of all, as St. Chisto High School, one of the things that we solely want to fight for, what we want to conserve is the environment. You'll realize when you move around, we have the metro gardens, we have gardens around, we have the fish pond in school. Now, most of the things that we do, we look at the environment and greening, basically. You'll realize through the years, everything that we do, all our competitions, all our activities, they are under that theme of greening the world. That's actually, our school is even part of the Green Schools project, something like that, of New Vision. So you'll realize that all these things, we look at green. Now, after looking at green, now we come out and say, let us think of a theme that is geared towards bringing out talent, bringing out creativity along those lines. So as a school, every year we have that guiding principle. And the guiding principle is green. So everything that we think about, we look at green and then we bring it out and then the learners adopt. So that's how we always sit down and then, of course, then patrons also come through. Our head teacher comes through and our directors. So then they guide us through, then we bring up a specific theme.
Okay, now with the choice of the theme that you chose today, towards a clean, green, sustainable world for us, is there any objective or anything, ideas that you would like to instill in the students having chosen this theme in particular?
Yes, yes. Now, the young generation is the generation of tomorrow. Chinua Achebe said, these are the young suckers that will grow when the old banana dies. So we are the old bananas now. So when we go, these children, and of course the Bible also is very clear, it says train a child and he will never depart from it. So we are training these learners. We are instilling this thing in them, this idea of preserving the environment, of looking at how we conserve what we have, and also add on more, because you'll realize the issues of global warming, the deforestation, the what, they're all coming out because most of the people today are resorting to destroying instead of protecting. So we are telling these learners that, look here, this is the ideal thing. When you protect, when you conserve, at the end of the day, we live because of trees. The oxygen we breathe in comes from them and everything. So we really need to survive to avoid those effects. As you know, they are diverse and they can be terrible at times. People die because of global warming and what. So at the end of the day, we teach them to defend, to protect, and these ideas sink. You'll realize when you talk to most of our students, they keep talking about green. All in their minds, what they do, what they talk about, it's about the environment, it's about green because of what we instill in them. Yes, as one of our perimeters.
Okay, now when it comes to class performances, how often do the students practice MDD, and does it affect their class performances or attention in class in any way?
Thank you for that question. Now, honestly, this curriculum, the new one, I'm looking at senior 1 to 3 now, it looks at practicability. If you've seen a problem, what is the solution? What have you done as a student to change that and make it right? Now, in class, we blend the MDD in form of, in the lessons, maybe there's a segment of energizers. So the learners sing. They can sing about anything. Now, of course, with guidance from you. So at the end of the day, this curriculum helps them here. How? Because of this aspect of being practical. At the end of the day, the MDD comes in, the dance comes in, and then you'll see that in the dances, even as they dance, you technically see green dancing because the costumes they put on, the props and everything, the makeup, they try to see that how are we sensitizing the people. on conservation of the environment, of our nature, and things like that.
Well, lastly, I would like to ask, now, when it comes to MDD, I'm sure there are parents that still do not embrace this being part of the new curriculum.
Yes.
Some parents have always been against music, dance, and drama for their children, and they believe all their children need to study is being a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be a journalist, or anything of that sort.
Yes.
Now, the fact that the students have been given a chance today to make a choice, either to be a performing artist, either to be a doctor or lawyer, or to be a farmer, anything. What is your take on that?
Now, my take, I would love to plead with my fellow parents, with everyone who is quite against it, because in the world that we live in today, the world that is coming tomorrow, we need an all-round person. Someone who is all-round. How all-round? Someone who can blend anywhere. Someone who can do anything. We have some professions that only teach this person to be this, and that is all. Now, that is what the new curriculum is against. It says, you can be a doctor, you can be a teacher, start up something. Start up a business, do agriculture. You can be a teacher and a peasant. I mean, you can be a teacher and a farmer at the same time. You farm this side as you teach. So this one helps in areas where there is scarcity and where there are inadequacies, you blend the other one to come and merge that gap. So at the end of the day, my advice to fellow parents is, let us allow, and every child is blessed in a different way.
True.
Every child has a special blessing that is given to them from the above, God himself. So at the end of the day, allow this child to explore. Allow this child to do this thing, because that is actually what actually brings them. Because at the end of the day, you will tell a child, do this, do this, do this, and you're not allowing them to be them. You want them to be what you want. In the olden days, we would have our parents saying, you must go to Makerere University, as if it is the only university. You must do medicine. If we are all doctors, then who will dig? Who will prepare the food? Who will? So at the end of the day, we need an aspect of inclusivity. And we have seen successful people who have come out of MDD. There are very many. We have very many examples. People who have thrived because of music, dance, and drama. So at the end of the day, I feel we need to allow these learners to thrive. We need to allow these learners to do their thing. We need to allow these learners to be who they want to be, of course with guidance.
All right, well, thank you very much, Arikod Fisal.
Yes.
I hope I pronounced it well
Yeah.
this time.
Yes, yes.
Well, it was nice having you on the show.
Thank you very
And
much.
yes, keep building up these children more and more.
Yes.
Personally, I would be very happy if this was my time.
Wow.
Yes, I'll be very happy. I was
Yes.
so passionate about MDD. It was just my thing. When
Yes.
it comes to creativity, that is where I belong.
Wow, thank you.
All right. So just like Arikod has said, the theme today has been based on towards a clean, green, and sustainable world for all.
Yes.
And some of the things that were being talked about were the environmental conservation. Now in the environmental conservation, we have deforestation that the students are trying to sensitize us about, trying to sensitize people about, to stop deforestation and practice afforestation, reforestation, and so much more. And St. Kizito High School and Namugongo as a school, they have a lot of activities and a lot of things they do based on the new lower secondary class curriculum, and that includes fishing, farming. They have so much more that they do. And yes, it is just beautiful to know that yeah, the students have a chance to explore their talents, to put out their talents, their showcase to the world, and be who they want to be. The theme towards a clean, green, and sustainable world for all has been so showcased in the different activities and performances that we have seen. And yes, we further went more to see the different projects that the students participate in. And some of the projects are fishing, poultry, briquetting, and so much more. And during our interviews, we also had interactions with the students and the teachers, and they talked about sensitizing the community around and the community at large about environmental conservation. And some of the things they do is go outside there, pick the plastics and come and recycle and do so much with them. And some of the activities that they do is the briquetting, where they use some of the plastics to make the briquettes. Well, that is all we had on the Education Forum today. My name is Amuge Victoria. Until next time, bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
UBC is the national public broadcaster. We educate, inform, entertain, and inspire our audiences. You can watch us on free-to-air channel 001, DSTV channel 282, GoTV channel 371, Star Times channel 201, Zuku TV channel 20, and Azam TV channel 350. Even when your subscription expires, you can still watch UBC for free on your pay TV platforms.
This weekend on UBC.
A snapshot keeps a good moment from running away. Is that okay? How about this? Excellent. Let me see what you get. Excellent. Sharif's dreamy imagery combines the skill of candid photography with a visibility of sensibility. And this results to a photo that you see that appears as if it was ripped out of a magazine, with amazing lighting and that perfect coloring. His images don't just only tell a story, but they also captivate a viewer into a narrative. We want to find out what is it really about the lens that keeps this young man going.
Hello everyone, I'm Kasumba Sharif, 28 years of age, and I'm a professional photographer.